At first, he was invisible. That's the best way to describe it. People walked past him every single day. Some slowed down, some glanced for a second, but no one stopped. No one chose him. He wasn't the loudest. He wasn't the most energetic. He wasn't even the cutest one there. He just existed quietly in the corner of the shelter, watching, waiting, hoping. Days passed, then weeks, then more. Other dogs came and went. Some stayed for a few days, some for a few hours. But him, he stayed. Always in the same place. Always with the same expression. Not sad, not aggressive, just distant. Like he had already accepted something. That maybe, he wasn't going to be chosen. But everything changed. On a day that started like any other. Families walked in, looking around, talking, pointing. Children excited, adults curious. The usual. And just like always, no one stopped at his space. Until one moment. A little girl, no more than 5 or 6 years old, stopped. Not in front of the most active dogs, not near the playful ones, but right in front of him. And for the first time, something shifted. Because he reacted. Slowly. He stood up. Walked toward her. Not excited, not jumping, just present. And then, he did something no one expected. He sat down, right in front of her, looked directly into her eyes, and stayed completely still. The room around them kept moving. People talking, dogs barking, noise everywhere. But that moment felt silent, isolated, different. The girl didn't move. She just looked at him, and then she smiled, a simple smile. But what happened next is what changed everything. The girl turned to her parents and said, "That's him." Just that. No explanation, no hesitation. That's him. At first, the parents were confused. They had been looking at other dogs. More energetic, more adoptable. But she insisted, again and again. That's him. Eventually, they agreed to spend some time with the dog, just to see, just to understand, and that's when things became undeniable. The dog didn't react to toys, didn't chase anything, didn't behave like most dogs do in those situations. Instead, he stayed close to the girl, always watching, always aware, following her movements, positioning himself near her, like it was instinct, like it was his role. But no one knew why, until later, much later, when the truth finally came out. The girl had a medical condition, rare, unpredictable, something that could cause sudden episodes, without warning. And here's the part no one expected. During one of those episodes, at home, the dog reacted before anyone else, before the parents noticed, before any visible signs appeared. He moved closer, began nudging her gently, then, more insistently, alerting, calling attention. And that's when they realized. This wasn't random. This wasn't coincidence. He knew. Somehow, he knew. Back at the shelter, they checked his history. And that's when everything connected. He had been trained, previously, as a support dog, but after his previous owner passed away, he ended up there, unnoticed, forgotten, until that moment, until that girl, until that connection. And suddenly, everything made sense. He wasn't invisible. He was waiting, waiting for the right person. And when he found her, he didn't hesitate. Because some connections aren't random. They're recognized, instantly. And maybe that's the real story. Not about a dog who wasn't chosen, but about a dog who knew exactly who he was waiting for, staying close to the baby, following every movement, watching constantly. It looked like affection, like care, like instinct, and maybe like instinct and